Alrighty, Shawasee Gunner back here again today. As you can see, I have my Visca on the bench, as well as a couple different magazines. So really, what I'm just going to kind of talk about today is a couple of different common magazines you can find for AK and AK variants. So these being the US Palm AK mags, a PMag, and a Korean-made steel mag, stamped steel mag. In terms of pricing, they're all kind of, depending on where you shop, I think you could find all these at a fairly close pricing to each other. They're all probably fairly easy to find for at least under $20. I think I got this for about $14, the steel. This was about, I think, around $14, $15. This one came with it, but I've seen them for sale for right around $12 to $15, depending on, like I said, where you look at and where you shop. So I'll kind of go right into it. Just going to compare. These are just kind of a fairly good representation of what would be kind of a more budget-minded polymer mag, kind of a more premium polymer mag, and what I would consider a budget steel mag. So without further ado, I'll kind of go right into it. So the US Palm, it's not bad. Aesthetically, it looks pretty nice. It's got nice textures to it. It really kind of gives a nice kind of vintage look to it. But in terms of overall build quality, I mean, it doesn't feel that bad, really. In terms of taking it apart and disassembly, you got tabs on the side here, so it's a little bit more complicated than the other two. But you can still do it, but maybe just not as easily serviceable. The follower is a very interesting kind of textures on there, a lot of holes and stuff like that. But they work good enough. This isn't, like I said, really a review. It's more just a comparison for your own results. But as you can see, you got some nice plastic feed lips here, and you got a plastic lug here at the back for the mag cap. So in terms of fitment in the rifle, pretty tight, at least in this Visca. There's a little wobble, but nothing discernible about fitting loose or anything like that. But yeah, I mean, for a cheap, easy to find magazine, good enough. On the PMag, definitely what I would consider a little bit more on the premium side of a polymer mag. As we all know, Magpul is very well known for their magazines. As you can see, there's some very obvious metal reinforcements here. On the front here for wear protection. The bottom of the magazine, easy disassembly to slide off the bottom plate here and be able to take it apart. The feed lips are a little thinner, so compared, a little bit thinner, but generally I think that the polymer on Magpul is pretty well done, so I've yet to see any kind of issue with that. But really, what I think gives the the PMag a little bit more credence is the fact that it has this metal lug cast into the polymer. So besides all the metal reinforcements, I guess I should say really nice textures on it as well. Feels nice to the touch. Looks cool too. But yeah, so comparing the lugs here. And then in terms of fitment inside the rifle, I would say this is the tightest. There's really no discernible wiggling there. Very tight, snug fit, which is very nice, because that can be a complaint on some AKs. So if you got an AK that tends to like a bigger mag, maybe give this a try. Moving on to the Korean steel stamped mag. As you can see, it's obviously all steel. So that gives you steel feed lips. The follower is a pretty basic polymer, but again, serviceable and usable enough. The front lug here, obviously it's all metal. Nice picture, or nice textures here with the stamps on the side. You get a nice look to it, nice retro look actually too. The bottom plate's easy to remove, and then the locking lug is fairly substantial as well. So comparing those three there. Again, this is a budget-minded steel one, so to each your own, but let's go ahead and check fitment here. Oops. Now, as you can see, there's quite a bit of wiggle. You can hear some shake there. So that's one thing to note, if that's a complaint of yours, is that these do have a little bit more wobble. Definitely probably, you know, fairly durable. Not that I think any of these ones are less durable. PMags have held the test of time for a lot of scrutiny, you know, tests and stuff on them for abuse. But, you know, like I said, none of these are really a break the bank kind of deal. But yeah, I mean, really, like I said, this video is mainly just a quick comparison. Closing comments, I guess I'll say that they're all fairly comparable. You know, it's really up to you. If you're going for more of a vintage look, you know, these are nice. If you're going for more of a modern, reliable look, PMag I think is definitely wins out over the US Palm. But it doesn't hurt to have a bunch of different types. Obviously I got 3 different types here. I like trying out different gear and stuff like that. So obviously I have 3 different types of mags, and I'll probably keep buying more. But yeah, so all right. Well, thanks for watching, and let me know what you guys think in terms of, you know, what you guys think is a better or the best out of these. For my money, I'd probably say I would keep buying PMags, just because, again, the fit and finish, they fit in the rifle nice, not a lot of wobble. So, all right, thanks for watching, and see you soon.